Welcome back. If you're a Manchester United supporter, or even just a fan of football drama, you're going to want to watch this one until the very end. Because tonight, Old Trafford was not just a football ground. It was the stage for one of the most dramatic and controversial moments of the season. I promise you, you're not going to want to miss what unfolded. So stay locked in as we take you through the tension, the fury, and the sheer chaos that nearly rewrote the outcome of Manchester United's clash with Burnley. Now, we all know football is about moments, those single flashes in a game that live in memory for years. Sometimes it's a goal, sometimes it's a mistake, and sometimes it's a decision. And tonight, it was a decision that brought Old Trafford to its knees. A decision that made fans question not only the referee but the very system that was built to bring fairness to the game. The first half had been tense but cagey. Manchester United dominated possession but found it hard to break down a stubborn Burnley defense. Every attack was met with a wall of claret shirts, every shot was blocked, and every cross cleared. The frustration grew in the stands as the Red Devils pushed for a breakthrough, while Burnley sensed an opportunity to nick something on the counter. But the real storm, the real drama, wasn't waiting in the first half. No, that came later, midway through the second half. With the score still hanging in the balance, United pressed forward with intent. The crowd sensed urgency, the players pushed harder, and then it happened. A clumsy, reckless challenge from a Burnley defender brought down a United forward, right inside the penalty box. From where the fans were sitting, it was clear. From the touchline, it was clear. From the replay screens, it was absolutely clear. This was a stonewall penalty. Everyone thought the whistle would blow. But Anthony Taylor, the referee on the night, had other ideas. Without hesitation, he waved play on. No whistle, no signal, just play on. In that instant, the stadium erupted. Fans threw their arms in the air. Players surrounded the referee in disbelief. And on commentary, pundits could hardly believe their eyes. It was the sort of foul that makes you ask, if that's not a penalty, then what is? The fury didn't just stay in the stadium. Social media exploded instantly. Clips of the tackle began flying around within seconds, with fans from all over the world chiming in. How is that not a penalty? One wrote. The system is broken, said another. But on the pitch, United players had no time to argue. The game went on. And then VAR stepped in. The words no fan ever quite knows how to feel about flashed across the screens. VAR review. For a moment, there was hope. Maybe justice would be served. Maybe this mistake would be corrected. Yet as the review dragged on, that hope started to turn into fear. The initial signs suggested the officials were leaning towards keeping the on-field decision. And that's when the atmosphere inside Old Trafford turned truly poisonous. Boos cascaded down from every corner of the ground. The replay on the big screen showed undeniable contact. You could see the Burnley defender's leg clattering into United's forward. Fans chanted in anger, demanding the decision be overturned. Commentators watching couldn't believe what they were hearing from the officials. This shouldn't even be a debate, one said. It's the clearest penalty you'll see all season. But still, the review dragged on. Every passing second turned the tension up another notch. United players stood waiting, hands on hips, shaking their heads in disbelief. Burnley players tried to stay calm, though they knew the pressure was mounting. The referee's earpiece buzzed with conversations from the VAR room. And the crowd? The crowd was at breaking point. Finally, and this was the pivotal moment, Anthony Taylor was told to check the pitchside monitor. That was the spark. As he jogged across to the touchline, the roar inside Old Trafford was deafening. It wasn't just noise. It was pressure. It was 70,000 voices demanding justice. Taylor studied the screen, and with every slow-motion replay, the truth became harder to deny. There was contact. There was no dive. This was a foul, pure and simple. After what felt like an eternity, he turned back, blew his whistle and pointed to the spot. Penalty. Old Trafford erupted in wild celebration. Relief, anger, and vindication all pouring out at once. That decision, as small as it might seem in the grand scheme, changed everything. It gave Manchester United the momentum they desperately needed. It shifted the energy, it lifted the players, and it reminded Burnley that one moment of carelessness can swing an entire game. But even with the correct decision finally made, the debate was far from over. On social media, fans and pundits alike raged about how close VAR had come to getting it wrong. The argument wasn't just about this one penalty, it was about the system itself. How could something designed to bring clarity cause so much confusion? How could it take so long to correct something so obvious? And why does it feel like some clubs benefit while others suffer? For United fans, tonight was another entry in a long list of VAR frustrations. They felt robbed, even if in the end the call went their way. For neutral fans, it was another example of football's governing bodies failing to deliver consistency. And for Burnley, it was a bitter pill to swallow, a reminder that one mistake can undo all the hard work of 90 minutes. The penalty itself was converted, and with it, Manchester United's belief surged. From that moment on, they pushed harder, they fought with renewed energy, and the crowd roared them towards the finish line. But the story people will remember from this night is not the goal. It's the chaos, the controversy, and the debate that will rage long after the final whistle. Because football is not just about goals. It's about moments of injustice, moments of passion, and moments where fans feel their voices must be heard. Tonight, Old Trafford gave us all of that and more. The theater of dreams became the theater of fury. And whether you love or hate VAR, one thing is certain: this debate is far from over.